Who, who, who here is from like the Ogden area? Okay, good amount. I imagine a lot of the rest, like Salt Lake Valley, Utah Valley. Anyone here from out of state? Okay, cool. Where are you from?
Ohio.
Ohio and?
Boulder, Colorado.
Boulder, Colorado. Very cool. Well, welcome to Utah. Who in here is an Android user versus iPhone? So let's do Android first. Okay. Who in here is an iPhone user? Okay. So disclaimer, Android users, please do not hate me at the end of this presentation. So my name is Garret G. I'm an iOS designer, so I design for the iPhone. So by contract, let's say, I have to be biased. And they asked me to talk about design, and especially its role in entrepreneurship. I love design so much that, as shown here in this slide, and also on my website, garretg.me, there's a section called like uniform, and I've attempted to like self-brand myself, where for like a certain stage in my life, like almost like a half year at a time, I would choose a certain outfit and like stick to it. Yeah, so literally this one was, I want to say mid 2010 to 2000, beginning 2012. I literally wore this day in and day out. My wife hated it. I'm a CEO and founder of a company called Scan. We founded it about January 2011, so about a year ago. We just announced that we closed $1.7 million in funding from Google, Facebook, Lady Gaga, and a few other investors. And the whole company's basis was started because of design. The team started as three of us. My co-founders Ben Turley there on the left and Kirk Greener there on the right. And here's a little intro video to what we created.
What if the world had links like a website? What if you could click on something in the real world and instantly get digital content at your fingertips? QR code technology makes this possible, and it's already available to anyone with a smartphone. QR codes are the bridge between the real world and the digital universe, and QR Code City is the world's resource for pushing the future of QR code technology.
So when we started Scan, we actually started with the name QR Code City, and we wanted to make this commercial to help teach people look, this is why we're doing it. We wanted to do it in a beautiful, design-friendly way to show people look, this is the magic behind QR codes. This is why we're pursuing this. So my co-founder Ben did this with his own After Effects skills, his own camera. That was our next door neighbor, and we found the biggest building we could in Provo, Utah, to look bigger than we were, and make that a commercial. And so the first two products we built were the iPhone app, Scan there on the left, and the website, QR Code City. We launched it again. We started in January, launched it about February. 3 months later, we had our first 1 million downloads. And right about 2 weeks before our year mark, we passed our 10 million download mark. We started it because I like the QR code technology, and traditionally you scan a QR code and you get information from the QR code to your phone. And that works, but people hate QR codes, and they kind of have a bad connotation. Again, not because of the technology, but because of the experience behind the technology. So here's an example of you scan Facebook, or a QR code that's been linked to Facebook. Someone says, like this on Facebook, you link it, and this is what you see. It doesn't look that pretty, and to take the action, you need to log in or sign up, zoom in. Just kind of tedious on the mobile phone. So what we did is we automated and customized that experience so you don't see that, but you see that, where it looks a lot better and everything is just one tap away. So that's kind of the premise of Scan. What we announced 2 weeks ago and what we're really pushing right now is letting anybody, whether individual or business, really create a mobile presence. just like it's important right nowadays for every business to have a presence on Facebook so people can find them, because everyone's on Facebook, well, more and more everyone is on mobile. And it's become very important to have your presence on mobile. And when I say your presence on mobile, like something that someone can access from their mobile device and is user-friendly, again, on their mobile device. But not everyone's a mobile designer or developer. So we created on our website, scan.me, you could say like a mobile content generator, where in this instance, an individual could come, upload their profile picture, enter in their information, and 3 minutes later, they have their scan page, or in other words, a mobile website where people can connect and interact with them. She chose Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can also connect it to your Pinterest, Cloud, Flickr, whatever it is, YouTube, Vimeo. And so that's what we've been pushing now to individuals and businesses through Scan. And then at the end, we made it so like the QR code is almost like the afterthought. Like, okay, the more important is like the value and content you're delivering to the person through the mobile device. Oh, and by the way, here's a QR code and a short URL where you can send the people to so they can access your mobile content. And that's what we're doing at Scan. But what they asked me to speak about more today was how, in at least my entrepreneurial career, what role has design played? And there were 3 things I thought that I could break it down into. Looking bigger than you are, kind of like that commercial. Sales and marketing within entrepreneurship and startups. And then how you can create lasting value through design. So, one last disclaimer before we get started. If you are in Germany, 1 plus 1 equals 2. If you are in China, 1 plus 1 equals 2. When you are coding or a developer, a lot of things are the way they should be, and like that's the way it is. Design is a different game, is a different beast. If I go to St. George, Utah, and tell a designer to build me a website that is grunge, he's going to build me one thing. If I go to China and tell them to build me a website and make it look grunge, it's going to be one thing different. So I point that out because from here on out in this presentation are my personal opinions about design. And again, because each person is an individual, especially around the world of design, it's more like the principles that we can focus on. So the first one is looking bigger than you are. So I introduce you to this company, Oxygum. Oxygum is just brilliant. Have you ever been watching, say, a football game, and there's a lot of sports, but we'll stick with football. So you're watching football, and a guy comes off the sideline, and they hook him up to an oxygen tank. He puts on the mask, and he's getting more oxygen. You know, especially if people are playing like the Denver Broncos or someone at high altitude, they can't get enough oxygen, so they hook them up to an oxygen tank. Well, what Oxygum did was really cool. They created this gum, and they put in similar ingredients that you would find in, say, like in inhaler. But they packed it into a chewing gum, so you see like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, when they're playing their chewing gum, no problem. They can do it while they're playing. But now this gum has that oxygen-producing content, so you know, it solves that problem all in one sporty chewing gum. Anyways, brilliant. The beauty of this is that Oxygum in no way exists. Like, this is my idea I had 2 years back to have this come about. And through design, I was like, look, there's a company, it has a logo, so it must be legit. And this is what the chewing gum would look like, so it must be legit. Anyways, like, we built it all out. We got a lot of people hyped up about it, and so they asked us to see the product, and it in no way existed. But the ingredients were there and the plans were there. So if anybody is looking for an idea to go after, I wish Oxygum existed, so you should go after it. I have all the details for you. The other thing that I want to talk about when you're trying to look bigger than you actually are is a hackathon that was hosted by Lady Gaga at South by Southwest just on Sunday, so like 6 days ago or whatever. Anyways, I get invited to this hackathon. It's there in Austin, Texas. It was hosted by Spotify, Nike, and Lady Gaga. And the goal was you have 6 hours. You have the Nike API and the Spotify API. Build something really cool based around music. So I got teamed up. There were, I think, 12 teams. Me and 3 other guys were my team. And what we decided to build was something we called Shuffle. And what Shuffle was, it would pull like you're wearing your Nike Fuel Band. It'll see how active you are, your heart rate, all that stuff, as well as location, weather, pulling out from your iPhone. And it'll take the songs within your iPhone and create a smarter shuffle. So if it's like raining outside and you're chilling at home, not being very active, it's going to play some like chill music. But then all of a sudden, if it's like sunny outside and they can tell you're running, it's going to play more upbeat music. So no longer are you hitting shuffle and it just like goes all over the place. It's like you hit shuffle and here's the music that you would want to listen to. Anyways, it was a 6-hour hackathon, and everything I just explained to you takes a lot more longer than 6 hours to actually hack out. So I told my team, I was like, look, this is 6 hours and the presentation is going to be 3 minutes, and we're presenting to like these celebrities that are here in attendance. The judges included like Jay-Z's manager, Randy Zuckerberg, Mark Zuckerberg's sister, and a few others. And anyways, I was like, and they don't know what code is, but they know what pretty pictures are, so let's do this. Anyways, we spent our 6 hours creating a logo, creating an icon, creating like pretty screenshots, and then just implementing like a JavaScript version and making it play that way. Anyways, the other companies, super cool companies, other like ideas, and they did really cool things, but when they got out, they just showed like pages and pages of code, and like the crowd, didn't really know how to react to that. And then we get up, and the first thing I remember, Jay-Z's manager was like, dude, they already got a logo, like, this company is legit, like, they're up and running. How long have you been working on this, right? Just 6 hours. He's like, and you're already a company? But, it's just how people responded to design. Anyways, it was cool. We ended up winning, so Nike hooked us up with like Nike ID Everything, Nike Fuel Bands, and the free trip to Oregon to meet with them at their headquarters.